Alright, lads and ladies and everything in between, we are back. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all having a nice day, or a good evening, or even a night if you're like me right now. Either way, welcome back to the channel. Gonna lower this music just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. There we go. Yeah. So, welcome back. We got more Fate today. We're going to be going for a little bit tonight. We'll probably go for like 2 hours or something, as per usual. Last time we left off with Fate, we got pretty far with the Saber is like training us storyline, which is very interesting. We actually finally, I think, are starting to make progress with Saber, which is most important because once again, we are on the Fate route, which if you don't know, I don't know why you're watching this, outside of course, the gracious of me, of course. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but if you don't know, we are trying to get the Fate route on this playthrough. So I've already seen the Heaven's Field movies. I have already watched through the Unlimited Blade Work anime. I have not really gone into the third and final route, which is technically, depending on who you ask, is like the first route you want to really start with, but whatever. It is the Fate route, which every single route of the main Fate Study Night game slash visual novel slash adaptation has 3 different routes. They'll focus on Saber, they'll focus on Rin Tosaka, and then of course they'll focus on Sakura Matoi. You usually will follow Shinji throughout his adventures of trying to understand how to be a mage, to be a master during this Holy Grail war that's going on during his time, self-discovery on who he is, magic, all that stuff. But typically in the 3 different routes, you would have the secondary focus would be one of the 3 main girls, quote-unquote, because Saber is a servant who, you know, gender, as they said last time, kind of means very little for who they are. So I use asterisks for that, but nonetheless, the fan arts have spoken. Woman. XX. But in the Fate route, we are trying to get more focus on Saber's character and origin. Now, as a visual novel, or a remastered of the visual novel is what I'm playing, we're probably going to just, in general, get more information than any of the movies and or anime adaptations. I have not seen the original, I think it's like 1990-something, Fate Stay Night adaptation. Apparently it was not a good or faithful adaptation, and it has not aged well when it just comes to quality of the animation in general. So, you know, I have not seen that, but I heard that it's kind of not worth it to see it anyway. But I know that it exists. I know it exists. But even compared to that, even if they did do it right, because it's a visual novel, we're going to get a lot more beefy information to read through, world build, and all that stuff. So I do find that kind of fascinating. I wonder if in the future we do ever come back to maybe play the other routes or try to get the other routes. I am curious if just the visual novel as a whole will have more things and different things pertaining to this versus the adaptations. I will imagine on some level, because they're movies for the Heaven's Field route. They are an anime adaptation. The one thing that they are restricted to is time. They only have so much time to animate and deliver all that they need to for story and characters. At the end of the day, they are limited by that, so they can only do so much. So there probably is some stuff that is cut out of those adaptations. How much and of significance is up for debate. But I feel like already I'm just learning a lot more by going through this visual novel experience just for the Fate route alone that I feel like was in the anime or the movies for the other 2 routes. I'm like, wow, okay. Getting a little bit more context. Although, more information is not always a positive thing, because there are stuff in here that I'm like, now my head's just kind of scratching even more, like, wait. Because I keep bringing it up. Like, sometimes on how it's delivered, if it's intentionally or not, how they deliver the explanations of what is a mage, what is technically a magician, a mystic, the terminology between true magic, regular magic, magecraft, mystic arts. It's like sometimes they all either flow into each other or they're trying to set up them as different things, but then they're using other definitions from other categories and using it for another one. So I'm like, wait, so what is what? What is who? Whom is where? So that's kind of where I'm at with the visual novel. It has its pros And it most certainly has its cons for delivering information. It's Fate, and if you didn't know anything about Fate beforehand, or if you're just learning it again through me, which that's a bold choice to do, I'm just going to let you know right now. Fate is just to put it bluntly, it's a clusterfuck of information. It is. I know people love it because of that, which is fine. You can love that. But it has so much information across multiple games, animes, movies, visual novels, doujins, apparently, that are actually canon, which I'm like, well, that's wild. So it's just such a thick amount of lore and text that comes off as homework 90% of the time, and or just like obscenely unnecessary to like understand what's happening, who can do what, where do all this stuff originates from. It's a lot. And I get why people for the longest time are probably off-put by like the Fate universe and lore, because I was that way too for a while, and to the degree I still am. Like, I'm not a die-hard wiki deep diver into the lore, nor am I a hardcore fan. I like the Fate series more than most. I will say that it has a lot of strong points, but also has a lot of weak points. It really, really does. And going through this visual novel is showing the best and worst of the series. It is. But nonetheless, I'm still enjoying it. Again, it is very kind of like significant for me to like close out the Fate storyline, the Fate Stay Night storyline specifically, by getting to the Fate route and being like, all right, I now done all the main 3 routes. I kind of now have the general gist of Emiya's kind of story growth for him and the people around him through all 3 parts, and who influences him in certain ways, in certain actions, in certain mindsets compared to all 3. Now, maybe at the end of this, maybe we'll go over, like, hey, in a simple sense, like, what was the best route for Emiya as a character, or what was the most enjoyable route? Because so far, there are things that I do like about this route compared to Unlimited Blade Work, but I think the most enjoyable route so far is probably Heaven's Field. Heaven's Field. Not necessarily because of Sakura, but more so on some of the decisions that Shiro makes to grow as a character. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is actually pretty good. This is actually pretty good. So we'll see where this I almost want to say Shinji. Although Shinji is kind of a little bit more solid than this one, but nonetheless, I'm sure he's going to fuck up somewhere and also cause the downfall of the problem later on, as per usual, like in the other 2 parts. But so far, Shiro's character is actually pretty solid. Well, not solid, but it's decent in this, and I'm curious to see where he goes. He is, at least the visual novel's portrayal of his personality, let's say, towards women. It's a product. It's a product of its time, very much so. Yeah, it is very funny because I feel like they're really laying it on thick in this visual novel compared to the other adaptations of Shiro, where I'm like, yeah, he has like a white knight syndrome and a hero complex, but it's like, good lord, it's cranked up to like an 11 here. It's like, you're saying she's a woman, so she shouldn't fight. But you realize she just took on that behemoth berserker when you were imagining you couldn't even blink to keep up with him, and he was going to kill you, which he did. In our playthrough, we actually chose the wrong route, so you can go back and check out the VODs for that, but also more, because there's some good stuff there. Go check out the VODs, because we do have the entire playlist on the channel, and while you're there, go like and subscribe. Yeah. But it's like, you couldn't keep up with Berserker, and you're like, women, even if they're a warrior servant like you, they shouldn't fight. It's like, buddy, I mean, you weren't going to do anything against Berserker. Like, let her fight. Let her cook. Let her do it. But we also see that Saber has her own personality issues. Like it's very interesting going from Zero into this and seeing, like, Saber being more reclused into her bad habits. It's like the things that she learned from Iskandar, she took it to heart, and also going up against Lancelot. Spoilers if you didn't see Fate Zero. Again, don't watch it through me. Don't learn Fate through me. You can be here for a fun time, but if you want to genuinely learn the lore, go do it on your own. But like she took all that stuff to heart, but I feel like from the visual novel's portrayal of the Fate route so far, it feels like she's kind of like sunken into more of her bad habits. Like to the nth degree, and that's kind of interesting. So I wonder, how is Shiro in this route going to deal with that, and also how are they going to bounce off each other? That's what I'm mostly curious of. Yeah. But okay, outside of that spiel that I gave about my overall progress in the game so far, / visual novel, where we're going to go from here into the future, we will probably also play the Holo, I keep mentioning, the Fate Holo Extra Artori X, some point in the future. Most likely we'll play Fate Extra before then, but we'll see. And also the Fate Samurai one, we'll probably get to that one. But that will probably be on the wish list / checklist, because it looks like it might be the 4th hidden route of Fate, which I'm like, there's another route? Okay, sure. But outside of that, this week, tomorrow, we will be doing Yakuza around a similar time, so stay tuned to that. Wednesday, it's officially announced. Yes, on the channel, we are going to do Danadon. We're going to do a couple episodes of Danadon on Wednesday night, so I hope to see you guys there for more anime reactions. And then Thursday, we got JoJo's. We're back. We're back from our break. I'm very excited to go into more of my Steel Ball run. Fucking Gyro and Johnny's adventures over here. Then when One Piece is out this week, we'll get to that. I do know that we're going to be on break the following week. Sad, but it is what it is. We can get some more content and various other read-throughs. This weekend for Sunday, because I don't think we're going to do anything for Saturday. Sunday, I think we're going to do Ichi the Witch, because it should be back, and we should do more JJK. So we got a busy week this week. So if you are excited, you know where to look for it. And also, bell notification. That way you know when we go live. And again, if you're new to the channel, watching live, or VOD Gang, what up, VOD Gang? Please, we have a lot of good stuff cooking. We have new reactions coming out. We got new read-throughs coming out. We got games coming out, various games. If you like that and want to see more, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Okay, I've stalled enough. I got new setups. I got new little trinkets and doodads here just to spice it up. Give you guys some more visual stimulus than me just reading. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, let's get into this. We're going to go for a couple hours. Here we go. So, I was also reading, because there's a lot of features that I didn't know, like, for the first couple of times I've been playing this. But just reading off this, like, for Saber, you get, like, all the servants. But for Saber, it's actually going into her lore as we go, which I think is kind of interesting. So we have the Noble Phantasm, Invisible Air, Barrier of the Wind King. Rank C, type anti-personal, range 1 to 2, max targets 1 item. So again, how they've been going over the lore of the Noble Phantasms, going over magic, or I should say the energy of mages in this universe. They have been going into it for the last 2 streams that we've been going in. However, I do think, I'm going to have to just go back, double back, and read through this here or the wiki, because it's, so much information. And again, I feel like at times it is kind of conflicting, because we have the types here, but they even mention that the types aren't always, valued, because there are, some exceptions to the rules. So it's damn, man. Damn, what's kind of the point of me getting all this lore dump if it isn't going to be, always solid information? Hydrate. God damn, I got water on my glasses. But yeah, so because we have not gotten the reveal of who they are just yet. Goodness gracious. All their information is not being revealed just yet, which I find that as a cool little feature that you can go here. So we have the unseen sword that doesn't let the enemy know the weapon's distance. It's simple, but proves to be tremendously effective in hand-to-hand combat, as we saw against Sasaki Kojiro. It is a noble phantasm protected by a powerful magecraft, so it does not mean that the sword itself is invisible. The sword blade, sheathed in the wind, changes to a refract index of light and makes the original shape of the sword invisible. It is not a vacuum state, but the wind wrapped around the blade itself is a lethal weapon and seems to increase the destructive power of the slashing attacks. It can also create a vacuum state in the instance that is compressed wind is released. In that instance where the target of the attack has resistance to the modification caused by the visual disturbance, modifications of hit accuracy due to barrier of the wind will be affected. In addition to making the blade invisible, it can also release the compressed wind and shoot it as a single-use projectile weapon. In that case, the damage is limited and isn't affected by Saber's own magical energy or physical strength. So going over that, so you have that stuff for Saber. You have skill stuff here. So again, they have like the specific rankings, which again, how solid and consistent is this? Not really sure. Especially if you go into the other games and also expanded universe. Not really confident if these actually hold up. But you have Magic Resistance A. Cancels all Magecraft below A. In reality, modern mages cannot hurt Saber. Riding B. The riding ability can ride most things better than the average person, but can't ride beasts that are demonic and holy rank beast. Yo, so Saber's a ride or die kind of girl. Let that be known. Oh, my book. I fell over. Innate skills. Intuition A. The ability constantly sense the best course of action for oneself during battle. I feel like that's kind of interesting because we see, like, even if that's the case, she can still, like, vastly overestimate herself and underestimate her opponents. So, I don't know. That's kind of an interesting ability to a certain degree. A well-honed sixth sense akin to precognition. It can reduce disturbances that interfere with vision and hearing by half. That's crazy. But again, consistency and portrayal of this ability, I don't know if it's really there yet. I don't really know. Mana Burst. A. It wraps magical energy around her weapon and her own body, provides the ability by releasing the energy in an instant. In other words, it is a jet thrust made of magical energy. Not only does Saber use magical energy to swordplay, she also utilizes for it as a defensive movement. She's able to fight Berserker despite having the physique of a young girl because of her massive amount of magical energy. Basically, like Yuta that we just read on our JJK read-through. Go check that out on the channel. We're going to upload it as its own separate VOD later on. But that was good. That was a good time. An ordinary weapon that has no powerful divine protection cannot endure her magical energy field attacks and will be destroyed in a single blow. So we got Berserker. So we have, that was skill information. Hero info, obviously we don't know yet. Status, Saber. Master, Shiro Emiya. True name, no idea. Gender, female. Height, this is interesting. So we have her official height. They keep calling her short and like a young girl. So she's 154 centimeters. So I think that puts her like at what? 4 foot? 4 foot something? 154? Like, damn, she really is short. Alignment lawful good on some D&D right there. She has a strength of B, constitution of C. I'm gonna say that's agility C. I'm gonna say magic B, luck B, and noble phantasm C. So that's Saber. Lancer. So we have hero information. Lancer, master unknown. True name, Qlan. Male, gender. That's his height. So I think I'm actually closer in the height to Lancer. So he's like 6'2 or 6'3. So if that's the case, yeah, oh my god. Oh my god. Then like she has to be like 4 foot something. Crazy. Lawful balance, so that's his stats. That's all that. I'm not going to read all of his stuff, nor all that stuff, but like, yeah. So basically, there's like a whole cast of information you can get on this. Good lord. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Gay Bulg. Soaring spear that plunges with death. It's a rank B type anti-personal. Range to the 4 meters. Max targets one person. It's a cursed spear that allows one to pierce a person's heart, strike a fatal thrust from a demonic spear, Gabolg. It is a true ability to reverse cause and effect, causing the spear thrust after it has already penetrated the opponent's heart. Since the spear has struck before even being thrusted, it is impossible to defend or prevent it. The result has already been decided. High agility cannot prevent Gabolg. Instead, high luck is necessary to reverse one's own fortune. I feel like that's like cutting at hairs there. Like, you can't prevent it, but if you have high luck, you can avoid it. It's like, that's basically the same thing, but okay, sure. Sure. So that's a Lancer. Archer, Rintosika, true name, obviously, because we're going the Fate route. I imagine we're not going to get his real name or the reveal, but for those who know, you know. Male, again, he's pretty tall too, so like in a 6 foot something. Neutral balanced, that's all his stuff. No idea on his Noble Phantasm just yet. Hero information, obviously hidden away. We have only 2 skills so far known for him. Noble Phantasm, no idea. Rider, Shinji Matoe. Yo, looking good, Rider. Looking good. True name, obviously no idea. Female, 172 centimeters. Chaotic good. I feel like that's a little much, but okay. Her Noble Phantasm, even though we haven't seen it yet, is already listed as an A+. I guess that makes sense if you know who she is, but it's like, wow, really? A+, huh? She has that. She has a writing. Okay. Caster. We have not met Caster yet. Assassin. Master unknown. True name Sasaki Kyojiro. Male 167 centimeters. Neutral evil. Noble Phantasm technically does not have one, so he can't actually be ranked that way. He's actually not even supposed to be an official assassin because of how it works here. Yeah. Hero information. Again, there's a bunch of stuff on Sasaki Kyojiro. You know who he is. Skill points. He's got a lot of skills. A lot of skills. Technically has no Noble Phantasm. And finally, Berserker. Master Elias Veal von Einsberg. Hercules. Gender male. 253 centimeters. So, Bud is like, what, 8 feet tall? He's like 8, almost 9 feet tall? This man would belong in One Piece, man. He would belong in One Piece. God damn. Chaotic Madness. Strength, A+. Fucking Con, A. Agility, A. I'm gonna say Magic, A. Luck, B. Noble Phantasm, A. Man is just stacked. Again, a lot of lore. A lot of lore. Skill points. A lot of skill points. Noble Phantasm. Technically, I guess we've seen it. Rank B. Type, anti-person. Range, nothing. Max targets, 1 person. Immortality that was gained from the god's blessing or curse. True, turns the body into a sturdy armor. Nullifies all attacks rank B or lower. But again, we're learning as we go along, so technically that's not the full information. Laundry, drying pole. I love that's what it's listed as. The unnamed axe. Ending list. I actually don't know what the hell this is. Okay. Sorry, I know we're going to get to like the actual storyline. We are. I'm just curious. So we have the prologue. It goes the exact same way. Okay. Yeah, so I think it is showing me that I am on the Fate route. So that's good. That's good that it's allowing me to go on the Fate route. So I should be okay. But I don't want to take the chance of me diverging this. But we should be okay. Oh, yeah, right. We're going to go talk to Archer. Okay. Let's go. We're going to go into the story now. I was just curious. I wanted to look over that stuff because I don't normally do it. If the volume's low, just tell me, by the way. Now, I knew it. Only a brat would do something like that. Actually, it is a little low. Let's see. Advanced settings. Display. No. Oh, here we go. That's good. Good. You won't accept help from anyone. You'll just do everything yourself. Yeah, sound familiar, right? On top of that, you don't want any casualties. Actually, I think also, let me make sure this is up for you guys in OBS as well. There we go. So yeah, that should be better now. So I was like, that's still a little low. There we go. Here we go. I do actually. He's not lying. But what really ticks me off is that I didn't want to hear this from him of all people. Yeah, why is that, Shiro? Why is that? But what if you're making her now a burden, inadvertently?
戦わなければ傷つかないとでも。サーバントは戦うためだけの存在だ。それから戦いを奪うことこそ冒涜だが。
It's blasphemous.
まあ、お前に言っても始まるまい。
He has a point. You have to let her fight, man. Having said what he was on his mind, Archer falls silent. And he just stands there, and a few minutes pass. The two of us just stare at each other. Okay, all right. Is anyone gonna say anything? Like, I gulp. His cold stare seems to be trying to probe my inside. And then suddenly...
それで、どうなのだ? Saberのマスターよ。
The Red Knight seems calm as he asks the question.
何が? お前は本気で戦わずにこの争いを終わらせるつもりか? 誰とも争わず、誰も殺さず、誰をも殺させないと。
I never know. With Shiro, he likes to try and make the impossible possible, like he's Simone. Right. You're not fighting, you're defending. Difference.
なるほど。それで戦っても誰も殺さないと。
そうだよ。なんか文句あるか?
Just a little bit.
お前の甘ったるい考えに邪魔などせんよ。そんな余裕はないし、そこまで水強ではない。
Let me move my dancing girls. I did not even think that it was going to be over there. I'll put you over here. There we go. Much better. Now we're not messing up the dialogue. Let's see. I have no intention of butting into your moronic reasons for doing what you want to do. I don't have the time to, and I'm just not crazy enough to try. Archer turns his back to me.
だが
Literally.
お前が気取る正義の味方とはただの掃除屋だ。その方法で救える者は生き残った者だけと知れ。
I mean, yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like Archer was just beating up on me for no reason. Yeah, the self-hate's real, man.
正義の味方のどこが掃除屋だって言うんだ。
お前も気がついているはずだがな。
You should figure it out by now.
いいか。その方法では悲しい出来事、悲惨な死を元に戻すことはできない。
That's true.
もともとそれが限界なのだ。正義の味方なんてものは起きた出来事を効率よく片付けるだけの存在だ。お前はお前が救いたいと思うものこそ絶対に救えない。
It's already futile, is basically what you're saying. No, that's not true. The idea that you can't save a person you're reaching out to save is wrong.
理想論はあくまで理想に過ぎない。
Ideal.
お前が理想を抱き続ける限り現実との摩擦は増え続ける。お前が取ろうとしている道はそういうものだ。ならばいつか現実に直面しその折り合いのツケを支払う時が来る。お前のその選択が多くの命を奪うこともあるだろうよ。覚悟ぐらいはしておけ。己の賠償さを実感した時まず何を正し誰を罰するかと。それができぬようならその夢もその魔術も今すぐ捨てるのだな。
Archer disappears into the darkness.
いいか。
Basically, you're worthless, your dream's worthless. Either realize it or give up.
お前の理想で救えるものはお前の理想だけだ。人間にできることなどあまりにも少ない。
Or again, as we learned from the Heaven's Field route, sometimes saving someone does not necessarily mean they'll live at the end of the day.
それでも
Even so,
おい、待てよ。お前、何を言いたいんだ。
I'm trying to say, well, you're trying to say to yourself, grow up. My question is swallowed up into the darkness. Archer is already gone, and I'm just talking to empty air.
なんだあいつ。言いたいだけ闇を言って消えやがって。
Yeah, yeah. Sounds about right from your own standpoint. He was telling me that my thinking is too idealistic, and I'm going to suffer for it soon. But how can I decide something is wrong before I even try it?
覚悟はできてる。俺が間違っていた時はこの命を差し出すだけだ。
Again, you know, you've already like escaped death twice now, but he's so easily to play with fire. My resolve as a mage. Archer doesn't have to remind me of that.
本当にあいつとは肌が合わないな。
Again, they were just really laying it on thick once you finally know the history and secret. It's like, yeah, we got it, game. We got it. But something he said bothers me. No matter what anyone does, there will always be those who cannot be saved. There is so little a human can do. But even so,
一度も振り返らずその理想を追っていけるか。
maybe. Maybe that's what he was going to say. Who knows? I muttered this to myself. It felt like that's what Archer wanted to say. Good guess. Good guess. Damn, we were that close to a save point? Oh, hold on. Here we go. We were that close? Damn, I would have kept going last time. Alright, new save. New save. On to the next day. Because you never know what dialogue is going to turn out to be like a hugely endeavored, like, time-consuming chat versus those that are going to be, like, over in an instant. It's like, I can't tell. Not in this game. Hey, best girl. Finally, best girl is back. See, Ashura, I'll bring back something home, so be good. For you, Fujine, always. Fujine waves as she heads out for work.
私も行くわ。今日はうちに寄ってくるから遅くなるけど、夕飯までには戻るから。留守中、警察のことはしないようにね。
Didn't you make a deal with Sakura that basically said you're not going to be here for like a week or whatever? Or no, you're going to leave if she doesn't show up for a week.
さて。
It's 7:30 in the morning. I see that the two of them are off without incident, so there should only be one left to do.
さあ、昨日の続きだ。道場に行こう、セイバー。
すぐに鍛錬を始めるのですか？朝食をとったばかりですし、少し間を取るべきではないでしょうか。
Nah, train now. Let's go.
心配は無用だよ。飯の後すぐ動けるぐらいには鍛えてあるし、今朝はパン食だっただろ。あんなんで胃がもたれるほど不健康な生活は送ってないぞ。
I like that line.
はあ、
I don't live an unhealthy lifestyle for something like that to affect me. That's a good line. That's a good line. I might have to use that. Well,
な
if
ら
you
問
insist.
題なし。いいから行こう。どうやったらセイバーに人たち浴びせられるか、一晩考えた成果を見せてやる
Will
か。
he get one hit on her? Will we do that? I'm curious because again, they really do paint like there's basically no hope for humans to fight servants in a 1v1 fight unless you're like a god tier human or have something special about you, as we will see later on from Shiro. Again. Nah. Settle down, kid. Not there yet. I am unable to dodge Saber's counterattack. Both the Shina and I tumble to the ground. My finger tingles where the grip of the Shina. Saber's counterattack lands as I lunge in with all my might. I figured brute force was my only option. He thought he could pull a berserker. Little did he know he was not that guy. No shock that I dropped my Shina and fell right on my ass after my attack like that. After that.
今のはうまくいったと思ったんだけどな。
Again, guy, you have to understand that you are already like in the pedigree of mages, off to a rocky start, and now you're going up against a servant. It ain't going to be easy, especially in a fighting style that they are proficient with. It's like you're really trying to paddle upstream, not only without a paddle, but without a boat. And it's like a huge waterfall you're trying to swim up. It's like, good luck. Good luck.
シロはその判断が甘い。
Your expectations were unrealistic. True. True.
いいですか？シロが捨て身になったところでサーバントは倒せません。勝ち気なのはいいですが、それも相手を見てください。
You will not be able to defeat a servant simply by acting out of desperation. It is one thing to be determined, but you must first consider your opponent.
そうは言うけど、受けに回ってたらいつかはやられるだろ。チャンスがあるならこっちから攻め込まないと。
Right, sure.
その通りですが、シロはそのチャンスの生かし方を理解していません。捨て身で仕掛けるのならば、それにふさわしい好機を待つべきです。
True.
言われるまで
There
もな
are
い。
things as feints, by the way, Shiro, so you gotta be careful. Your servants that you might be fighting against might actually have intelligence to be like, I'm leaving myself open. Ha, gotcha.
ここが勝負どころだって踏んだんだが。
とっさにその判断ができたのは評価しますが、今のはあえて作った隙です。
There you go. Exactly. Deliberate fate right there.
この
She
程度では動じ
fainted
ないだろうと期
so that
待
you
し
would
て
come
視
in
線を
and
そら
suffer
したの
from
ですが、
battle
まさ
experience.
か一
Maybe.
直線に踏み込んでくるとは思いませんでした。
I did so thinking it would be not. I did so thinking it would not be sufficient to prompt you to move. I did not expect you to charge straight at me. Again, he has reckless abandonment courage, which is nice on paper, but in actual practice, it's gonna get him killed. It's pretty mean, Saber. You shouldn't mock amateurs like that.
からかってなどいません。こちらで仕掛けた策であれ、好きである以上は多少のリスクを負います。
Sure.
最も視線をそらした程度のリスクと、捨て身で突進してくるシロのリスクは、計りにかけるまでもありませんが。
No, they're not.
要するに、小さな隙は静かにつけってことか。大振りだとせっかくのチャンスを逃す。じゃなくて、隙の度合いに見合った行動を取れって言いたいのか、セイバ
ー。That, and again, you have to, like, feel your opponent and be like, is this a feint? Or is this an actual opportunity? And whether or not it's one or the other, should you strike?
はい。
Should you feint the feint?
後期の大小の読み分けをしっかりしてください。ですが、昨日よりは格段に、生き死にの境界線には鋭敏になっていますね。危険を察知する感覚が身についてくれば、誰と戦い、何を打つべきかは、おのずと絞られてきますから。
Actual danger sense. Saber looks pleased. Unless it's my imagination, she seems happier to see her student improving. Just a bit.
そろそろ休憩時間ですね。水を汲んできましょうか、シロ。
水ならいいよ。夜間持ってきたから、それで飲む。
No need, as long as it's just water. I filled up the kettle, so I will be able to drink from that. I dragged my fatigued body towards the wall. After wiping the sweat from myself with a towel I brought along, I take several gulps from the kettle. I take a deep breath. It's been almost 3 hours since I saw Tosca and Fujine off. I spent every minute since sparring with Saber. As usual, Saber doesn't explain much, and I don't ask her any questions while we cross swords. I have pretty much no chance of winning, but I do seem to be moving better the more and more I fight her. Sure. I'm not expecting to improve by fighting techniques. The point here is to train my body, not my mind, to get accustomed to battle. It's better than doing nothing, and since I'm starting from basically nothing, there wouldn't be much point in here unless I spend time working on this one thing. If all I do is think about how to fight, when the time comes for me to face off against a master, I'm already dead. That's fair. But I feel like Tosca's also then gonna up his knowledge, not just with mage lore, but like just in general. You do have to think to some degree. Okay, Saber doesn't even break a sweat, huh? I think you're underselling just how crazy servants are, my man. I'm still a little disappointed, but I shouldn't expect to be on her level in just a day or two, if at all. And just like yesterday, Saber's resets seated in a Senza pose. It'd be a waste just to sit here. I might as well take the opportunity to talk to her again. Oh, here we go. More skill trees? More decision trees? Please, by all means. I would love some more. Okay, then. Only 2 options this time. Interesting. It'd be a waste to sit here. Okay, so I should talk to her. I want to know more about Saber before she became a servant. A secret blade technique. What did I choose last time? Because last time I felt like it wanted me to choose a different option, but I still got something good out of it. Let me look at the flow chart. Holy crap. Wait. What the fuck? I have 1, 2, 3. There's 6 different outcomes I can go from here. I wonder if I would have chose a different one back here, I would have gotten a different result. No, I don't want to jump to here. Why does she want to fight so much? Right, I asked her that. Saber is a beautiful... Right, fucking Saber beautiful. I mean, she is, but... Okay. Yeah, crazy. Oh, yeah, right. The goddamn bath scene. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so... No! Oh, fuck. Hang on. Hang it. Yes. Go here. Let's see. A secret blade technique for dummies. No. I want to know more about Saber before she became a servant. I'm going to push it. I'm going to check if that's an okay decision. I hope it is. I'm taking the jump, but please, please, please do not punish me. Especially like, oh, now you're no longer on the fate route. Like, no, please don't do this. Don't do this to me, game. Before she became a servant, I wonder what Saber was like when she was alive. Saber is so beautiful, so I'm sure everyone must have liked her. Again, gender is meaningless to a servant, so you are assuming, good sir, she was a woman back in the day. Calling her Saber is what's throwing me off, but I bet she was an ordinary girl who never held a sword back in the day. Assumptions.
だな。セイバー以前はどんなやつだったんだろう。
So, such an anime team to say that like that. Alright, but seriously though, lore. Give me lore. I'm so curious, I just blurted out what was on my mind without thinking, or even realizing I'm doing it.
はい。何か言いましたか、シロ。
Gotta make it say it out loud again. Out loud again.
いや、セイバーはどんなやつだったのか想像してただけだ。別にセイバーの使命を知りたいんじゃなくて、どういう生活を送ってたのかなって。
Yeah. Come on now, that should be okay.
はあ。私がどういう人間だったかですか。
Spill the beans. Let's go.
おかしなことに関心を持つのですね、シロは。
Yeah, the strangest thing. You just want to know me as a person. Silly master.
迷惑だったら聞き流してくれ。単に思いついただけなんだ。セイバーはセイバーのサーバントだけど、サーバントになる前はもっと違った人間だったんじゃないかって。
To an extent, I'm sure. That's right. I imagine she lived a peaceful life, as befits a lovely girl like her. Again, assumptions. Massive assumptions, my man.
それはありえないと思います。サーバントになったからといって性格が変わるわけではないし、私は生まれた時から剣を与えられた騎士ですから。あなたの言うような違った私は存在しなかった。
うわ、じゃあ昔からそんなにきつい性格してたのか。
Always straight to the point.
そりゃ大変だ。俺、周りの人たちに同情するかも。
Oh man, he's saying, yo, the Knights of the Round Table? Fuck, I couldn't imagine them being under you.
それはどういう意味でしょうか。私は厳しくはありますが、周りに強要した覚えなどありません。
You know what? That's fair. That's very fair. To the point of it might have cost you everything.
嘘つけ。今日の特訓ぶりでな、セイバーが情け容赦ないやつだって思い知った。
You're more merciless than anything else.
見ろ、このミミズバレ。人がちょっと間違えただけで危機として打ち込んでくるんだから、この鬼教官。
Nah.
私は喜んでなどいません。シロには申し訳ありませんが、厳しくしなければ鍛錬にならないでしょう。
Fair. That is true. This is strange. I somehow never expected Saber to make a face like that.
何ですかその目は。 いきなり黙り込むのは卑怯だと思います。
ああ、いや、セイバーがそういう風に怒るのが意外でびっくりした。
You gonna say the C word?
そうですか。私としては思ったことを主張しただけなのですが。
だからかな。セイバー、あんまり自分の感情で話さないじゃないか。
There you go.
だから今のは新鮮だった。
You're being a lot more expressive.
そうでしょうか。私は自分の信念に基づいて行動しているつもりですが。
And he's saying he likes that.
だからそれはセイバーの気持ちじゃなくて考えだろ。そうじゃなくて素直に思ったままのことをあんまり話さないじゃないか、セイバーは。
それは当然です。私に求められるものは個人としての意見ではなく立場としての意見ですから。それは今も昔も変わらない。
Very methodical right there.
私はセイバーのサーバントとしてシロを守る。そのため以外のことを口にするべきではないし、考える必要もないでしょう。
それはそうだけど、それじゃあセイバーがつまらないだろう。セイバーには役割があるんだろうけど、それにかかりきることはないんじゃないか。セイバーにだって自分のやりたいことがあるんだから。
Surely.
ですから、
There we go again.
私のやるべきことはシロを守ることです。ただでさえマスターとして未熟だというのに、私の言うことも聞かず戦おうとするあなたをこうして鍛えているのではありませんか。
いや、そういうことじゃないんだけど、まあセイバーがそう言うならいいか。
I feel like this conversation has softened Saber up a bit. She even looks more cheerful now. So, as to not ruin the moment, I decided to not press the matter. Smart. Very smart. The next thing I knew, it was noon.
お昼時ですね、シロ。
Let me see. Flowchart. Show me. Did I make the right decision? I did make the right decision. Okay. That was one option out of 6. What the fuck? So I wonder if it's because I could have chosen the other option there. Or, oh, okay, I think I know what it is. Basically, I chose this option, and then the remaining 2 are here. But if I would have chose the middle option, the top option and the lower option would have been... Oh, okay. Okay. Would that have given me such different results? I do wonder. I do wonder. Either way, I got pluses, so I'm okay with that. It would seem it to be lunchtime, Shiro.
なあ、昼時だな。
Both our stomachs begin to growl in agreement.
飯にしよう。セイバーは何か食べたいものはあるか。
Hamburg.
私は特にシロが用意してくれる食事ならおおむね満足しています。
Oh, that's nice. That's very sweet. Saber puts it kind of oddly. Well, at least she's not picky like Tosaka.
じゃあ買い出しに行ってくる。昨日と同じくらいに帰ってくるから今に行っててくれ。
はい、期待しています、シロ。
Let's see, are we gonna run into Ilya again? I decided to try making shrimp balls for lunch. I've always wanted to try and make them at home. That sounds delicious. They'll be piping hot balls of grounded shrimp, a bit bigger than a takoyaki. Again, sounds delicious. Don't have to sell me anymore, man.
マスタードも買ったし、3時のお茶受けも OK。
Manuel, how's it going? Or I guess for me, it's good evening. Hope you're enjoying the stream and having a nice time. I bought some mustard and all I am for snacks. Okay. I load my purchases onto my bike. That reminds me, I met Ilya here yesterday.
いないな。
Well, she's probably shouldn't be coming here every day. Somehow, Not seeing her is disappointing, though. I haven't told Saber or Tosca about meeting Ilya yesterday. She didn't confront me as an enemy, and I'm hesitant to tell them about her in the first place. You never know. She's strange like that. So I really should just get on my bike and... I have another decision. Another skill tree. Guess what? Save scumming. Save scumming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. All right. If I go straight home, I feel like that's good for Saber. But at the same time, I am curious. I am curious to see if I get more Ilya. Fuck it, we ball. We're going to go see if we can find Ilya. I'll just take the long way home. It's just about a 5-minute detour. I've been whimsical here, and I don't need to make excuses about it. I park my bicycle, I step into the park, my groceries are still on my bike. Am I doing this in the first place? It's just so impulsive of me. I just had the passing thought that it would be nice to see her. And then I see a silver-haired girl standing off on her own. Ah, right there. See, I made the right call. Maybe. If she doesn't kill me. If she just doesn't kill me. She doesn't seem to have noticed me. If I wanted to, I could just leave. But if I were going to do that, I wouldn't have come here in the first place. Ilya.
いや、誰も何もシロだけど。
シロ、本当に?
Why are you all reserved all of a sudden? Is this a trap?
なんだよ、驚くことか。ここは商店街の近くなんだから、通りかかることだってあるだろう。イリアの方こそ、なんだって今日も公園にいるんだよ。昨日もそうだけど、暇なのか、イリアって。
実はそうなの。あんまりやることがないから遊びに来たんだけど、セラはシロには会っちゃダメだって。どうせもうすぐ殺しちゃうんだから、シロと遊んでも楽しくないっていうの。
Saying it very bluntly there. Celia, I think that's one of the maids she has, if I'm not mistaken.
それは。
Wow. That makes it pretty hard to come up with a response. Yeah.
けど私、それは違うと思うわ。だって、シロといると楽しいもの。だからね、ここにいたらシロに会えるかなって思って、ずっと待ってたの。
Very sister-coded.
シロが来てくれてよかった。
ちょっと待て。まさかとは思ったけど、本当に俺を待ってたのか。
Yeah, how long is long? Like, how long have you been here?
そうだよ。ずっと前からね、シロが来たらいいなって思ってたんだから。
Okay, so I have a funny feeling if I chose to go straight home, she would have found me and killed me. Yeah, I think that's what the game's subtly trying to tell me right now.
バカ、寒いのは苦手なんだろ。俺に用があるならうちまで。まずいか。セイバーと鉢合わせたら問答無用で戦いになる。
Yeah, that would have been a bad idea. That would have been a really bad idea.
いや、それにしたって他に色々あるだろう。昨日みたいに商店街にいれば俺を見つけられただろうし。
Right.
それはダメなんだ。私から会っちゃダメなんだもん。昨日のは1回だけの反則なの。
Just once, but you can't do it consistently, huh? Okay.
だから今日はシローが来てくれそうな場所で待つことにして、こうして見事成功したのでありました。
Ilya skips around excitedly. Her bouncing silver hair makes her look like a winter fairy
それは分かっ
again.
たけどな。 なんだって俺に会いに来たんだよ。いや、昨日程度の話でいいんなら付き合うけど。
別に今日は何でもないよ。シロに会えればいいなって思っただけだし、私たちは敵同士だもの。聖杯戦争が終わりそうになったら殺しに来てあげるから、その時一緒にお話ししよう。
Again, putting it very bluntly and overtly saying, yeah, you're gonna die, so we can might as well chat now before it's too late. But assuming you're just gonna win is also a very bold assumption. Again, says it so innocently. Yep. The disconnect between her words and manner is a hard pill to swallow. It's not that she's going to kill me so much as how unfitting it seems for her to be a master.
イリア、それは本当にお前がしたいことなのか？
What do you want to do?
お前は本当に自分から聖杯戦争なんてものに首を突っ込んだのか？
そうだよ。おじい様の言いつけだもの。私はアインツベルンの中で一番マスターに向いてるおっきな聖杯の持ち主なんだから。
Right. The whole Elia is a grail. Sakura is a vessel for what's inside the grail. And then we're trying to get the greater grail, not the lesser grail. There's too many grails.
それはおじい様ってやつの言いなりってことじゃないのか？イリアは自分の意思でマスターになったんじゃないだろう。
そうだったかな。よく思い出せないけど、私は生まれた時からマスターだったよ。だから戦うのは当たり前なんだって。
それは違う。人から言われて戦うんならやめろ。
Yeah. Easier said than done, Shiro. Easier said than done.
そもそもイリアにはこんな殺し合いは似合わない。
命乞いをしてるってわけじゃなさそうね。
No, he's genuinely curious and concerned that you are in over your head about killing people.
お兄ちゃんたら本気で私のこと心配してるんだ。
He is.
そうだよ。他のやつはともかく、お前みたいなのが戦うのは嫌なんだ。できるならマスターをやめておとなしくしていてほしい。
That's a nice thing.
そうね。
Nice sentiment.
シローが私のサーバントになってくれるならやめてもいいよ。そうすればシローを殺さなくてよくなるもの。
何言ってんだお前。サーバントになれって意味分かって言ってるのか。
Besides, there's no way I could be substitute for Berserker.
俺は
Right?
戦いをやめろって言ってるんだ。サーバントを捨てろって言ってるのに、なんだって俺までイリアの使い魔にならなくちゃいけないんだよ。
使い魔じゃないよ。サーバントだってば。いつも一緒にいてくれるのがサーバントなんでしょ。だからシローはそばにいてくれるだけでいいんだよ。
Noticing that. Hold on a minute. Don't tell me, does Elia think...
一つ聞くが、サーバントってなんだイリア。
私のものなんでしょ。いつもそばにいてくれてイリアを守ってくれる人だっておじい様は言ってたよ。
Told her a sweet, subtle lie for her to get involved in this. That's... wow. Okay. Yo, Gramps! Where's Gramps? We gotta get into the Gramps of the Eliasville, like the Einsbergs. I want to know more about their history. Yeah, I knew it. Elia considers servants just to be just that. Command spells, masters, none of that matters. To her, a servant is something just that protects her.
そうか。けどやっぱりダメだ。その条件は飲めないから別のにしてくれ。
何よ。シロ、私じゃ不服だっていうの？
No. Trust me, it's the other way around.
いや、不服とかそういう問題じゃなくて、なんていうか。
I'm worried about Ilya, but I know I can't be by her side 24/7 either.
イリア、俺にはセイバーがいるんだ。
Wow, just tells her straight up. That's a bold choice, man. That's a very bold choice.
それにマスターとして他のマスターを止めなくちゃいけない。悪いけど、イリアのサーバントにはなれないよ。
シロだから譲歩してあげたのに、そんなこと言うならもう知らないんだから。
Game, if you kill me here and now, I swear I was doing this out of wholesome, connective reasons, and I'm gonna get punished for it. I swear. Don't you do it. Don't do it.
ちょっとイリア、まだ話が。
シロのバカ！女の子に恥をかかせるなんてひどいんだから。
Alright, good.
言っちまった。
And there she goes. Ilya just runs out of the park, not listening to me anymore. I try to follow her, but I can't find her.
これじゃ昨日と同じだ。
Yeah, she's quick. I sigh, go back on my bike. But I don't think she'll just suddenly attack again like when we first met that night. So I should probably have one more chance to convince her. Let me see. Aha! Again, I probably would have gotten a bad ending here. I probably would have gotten a bad ending. We finish eating lunch, then continue our training in the afternoon. I keep crossing blades with Saber, never getting tired of it. We keep training and only plan to stop when Tosuka and Fujine come home. But our training is interrupted by the sound of a doorbell.
シロ、
Sakura.
来客のようですが。
Maybe.
なあ、ちゃんと聞こえた。ちょっと出てくるから、セイバーはここにいてくれ。
いえ、招かれざる客ということもありえます。万が一に備えて同行しましょう。
Maybe. Again, that's a very bold decision. Saber has a point. But while she's right, if the visitor is just a neighbor, they might get suspicious of Saber. The neighbors do think I'm the only one living here. And again,
そん時はそん時か。
Sakura and Fujine already come and go so freely, so there's no point in me worrying about the
よ
neighbors.
し、ついてきてくれ、セイバー。ただし、お客さんが普通の人だったら、おとなしくしててくれよ。
わかっています。
I mean, didn't she say she has some level of
ということですね。
like field that she can sense? I feel like they should be able to sense it if it was an enemy.
そうそう。それでよろしく。はい、今出ます。
I rush to the entrance amid the sound of the insisting ringing.
お邪
Oh,
魔する。
Issei! Oh, shit!
具合が悪いというから様子
Fuck,
を
you
見に
do
来たぞ
more?
エミヤ。
You actually are a part of the storyline more? God damn. Pardon my intrusion. I heard that you were not feeling well, so I came to visit you. Yo, he's gonna be like, you ain't sick. Why the hell you ain't at school? Oh. It's not an enemy or a neighbor, but a friend from school.
なんだ、一世か。
なんだとは失礼だな。見舞いに来た知人に対して取る態度かそれが。
Even an Issei complains, his hands me a paper bag.
なんだよこれ。リンゴ？
見舞い品だ。普段風邪一つひかぬエミヤが病欠しているのだから、それぐらいは持参する。
Real friend right there, or maybe more. Who knows? I am grateful for his concern, but unfortunately I didn't take the day off because I'm sick. And besides, a bag full of apples doesn't seem appropriate for a young guy like him to bring as a get-well gift. Fuck it, just take the apples.
どうしたエミヤ？果物は苦手だったか？
I'll take it.
いや、好きだよ。そうだな。 いろいろ複雑だが気持ちはありがたく。
Just take the apples. Don't make it weird. I bow to him and show my appreciation. Oh. Game? Did you... Game, we good? Okay, we're good. We're good. I bow to him and show him my appreciation.
エミヤ、つかぬことを聞くのだが、お前の後ろにいる女性は何者だ？
え？
Ah, I've lost count. Who knows? Who knows at this point? Just standing there. Saber is standing just behind me. Oh. I get it. Issei must have locked eyes with Saber when I bowed.
見たことのない御人だが、なぜかような女性がエミ
Why
ヤ
is a
を
woman in your house? What's going on? Issei gazes intensely at Saber. He's extremely shy and always cold to new people and people he doesn't like.
いや、彼女はセイバーって言って、その。
Let's see. Is he gonna fumble?
四郎の遠い親戚です。この家の主人だった桐次が外国にいた折、懇意にさせていただきました。先日こちらに観光に来たのですが、縁を頼りに宿を借りているのです。
There we go. Saber makes the story sound pretty convincing.
エミヤのお父さんのお知り合いでしたか。聞けばかなりの旅行好きと聞いています。あなたのような人と知り合いになることもあるでしょう。
え？
Nani? Issei who's supposed to be extremely bashful around strangers, accepts the story straight and easy.
なるほど。事情は分かったぞ、エミヤ。
No, you don't. You really, really have no idea what's going on here.
病欠というのは口実で、観光に来た彼女の案内をしていたのだな。
Yeah, let's go with that. It really is a shame that he never got more of a role in the story. Like, what if in an alternate timeline, instead of cast or summoning Sasaki Kyojuro, the assassin role, what if he summoned assassin? Now, would it have been the Hassan of the Arm, or would it have been Sasaki Kyojuro? Probably Hassan, but nonetheless, it would be a cool what if, like, maybe in the Fate Extra Hollow, if that's going to be, you know, a thing in there, for a crazy storyline, what if Issei actually participates as a master? That would be really cool. That would be really, really interesting, and it would have been a lot more complicated for Shiro to be like, man, what do I do in this scenario?
ああ、まあそういうことになる。
Yeah, yeah. Well, in broad terms, nothing I've said is entirely untrue.
ならお
I
邪魔して
think.
も構うまい。ここまで運んできた礼として茶でも振る舞ってくれ。ここ2日ばかり学校で起きた出来事でも世間話にしよう。
Yo, he wants to gab with his bestie. He wants to gab. Issei takes off his shoes and steps up into the house.
なんだよ礼って。一応忙しいんだぞ、俺。
What do you mean appreciation? I'm still kind of busy, you
世
know?
間話はまたの機会にしてくれ。
Nah, he's missed you, okay? He missed you.
何を言っている？お前、うちの前に自転車を乗り捨てて行っただろう。
Also true. That's also true.
あ、そうか。竜道寺に自転車を置きっぱなしだった。
You did.
だろう？それを持ってきてやったのだ。俺とて忙しい中、生徒会に行かずまっすぐ家に帰りここまで戻ってきたのだ。それでも茶の一つも出せないというのかお前は。
Yeah, that's fair. Give him tea. Give him tea. He did do me a favor. I might have 3 bikes, but out of the 3, the one I left at the Rio Temple is the most expensive and my favorite. Oh, that's a little neat.
悪いせば、少し休憩ってことでいいか。
Saber nods
すま
silently.
ない。それじゃあ、セイバーと一星は今に行っててくれ。俺はお茶入れてくるから。一星は日本茶、セイバーは紅茶でいいんだよな。
私も同席するのですか？
I get tea.
それはどうかと思います。私がいては 語学言うと気軽な話などできないでしょう。
Ah, fuck it.
そんなことないぞ。だろ一世。
女はやかましいが、セーバーさんなら構わぬ。
Yo, the writing of this game is showing its age, man. Girls may be chatty, but I don't mind you, Saber. A woman as humble as you is a precious asset, like cultural heritage. That's... what the fuck are we talking about here? Also, on some level, I wonder because, again, it is fate, and they said it already, gender is very fluid when it comes to servants. As a good excuse to market more dojin. I wonder because she's supposed to be a he. On some level, he can feel that and sense that. That's why he's not just immediately triggered and is like, oh, nah, I like her. She's alright.
だってさ、先行っててくれ。
はい、それはわかりましたが、シロ。
なんだ、他に何かあるのか？
But what? Is something bothering you?
飲み物でしたら、私も日本茶を。緑茶は嫌いではありません。
Hey, she wants to expand her horizon. That's a little interest. Saber is fairly open, opinionated for some reason. She's grown. It's odd, hearing her say that is very in an unusual tone. After about an hour of meaningless chit-chat, Issei decides to head home. Most of the small talk in the living room was about school, and I asked a few sly questions to find out if anything unusual was going on, but seems it's business as usual.
それではな。
That barrier is going
明
to
日
go
も
off
休むの
soon.
か、エミヤは。
なあ、今週は学校には行かない。明日もセイバーに付き合ってもらわないといけないからな。
The entire week. He's just going to take the entire week off. I thought it was like a day or two. No, he's going to be gone for a week. Like, in America, I feel like that would be crazy. In Japan, that's like, what? You skipped 1 hour of class? How dare you? You're letting your grades slip. An entire week? They're like, oh, so you just basically just don't want to learn anymore. You just want to drop out of school is what you're telling me. It's like that. They would, like, I feel like take that as sacrilegious.
ま、あの御人と一緒なら問題はなかろう。何かと不審なところはあるが、問いただすまでもない。
There are a few suspicious aspects about that. At least he's kind of recognizing it. I don't 100% buy this, but whatever, man, whatever. You go do your thing with this pretty blonde. I've elected not to ask any more questions. Smart. Again, Issei is such a bro, maybe more. To Shiro, I really wish he had more of a storyline. Issei nods as if satisfied. Now that I think about it, how could such a shy guy warm so quickly and easy to Saber? Yeah, it makes you wonder, Shiro, especially when they brought up the last time that we did this. By the way, go check out the Violin channel, like and subscribe. Gender is fluid, Shiro. Gender is fluid to servants. Maybe that should set off some signals in your brain. Especially if your friend, Issei over here, who tends to get triggered by women very easily, is saying he likes her and thinks that she's pretty easy to talk to. The flashing lights would be on, is all I'm saying for me.
なあ、伊勢。お前、セイバーとは初対面だったのに機嫌が良かったけど、どういう風の吹き回しだよ。
何を言うか。これでも寺の飯で育った身だぞ。人の良し悪しぐらい見抜けなくてどうする。素性は知らぬが、あの子の霊気は澄んでいたからな。悪い人間のはずがない。
Sure. Sure, let's go with that answer. And nothing else. And nothing else.
へえ、伊勢、そういうことわかるんだ。ちょっと見直した。
ま、普通はわからん。だがあれぐらい飛び抜けていると未熟者でも見て取れるのだ。
I wonder if that's like legit, like he could learn mystic arts. Because they did say something that like the temple and other aspects of Japan have like certain doctrines like the church does, and like the actual the mage association here. Like, there's kind of basically like a Shinto, maybe Buddhist counterpart to them, and they are just here in Japan. I wonder if Issei could have been like a propagate for that. See, this is what I'm saying, man. Issei should have had a storyline. Issei should have had a storyline.
見習い坊主でも傍らに神仏がおられれば新規ぐらいは感じられる。つまり
Divinity.
それぐらいセーバーさんの佇まいは美しい。
So even Issei has to admit she is beautiful and pure. So there really is just an innate aura. She's, oh my god, the fucking buzzword now. She's just giving off an innate aura of just beautiful and pure. Fair, fair. And he says, well, that's very rare. Issei's praising a girl.
そうか。一星もセイバーのことを気に入ってくれたのか。
That's good. That's good. I was worried Issei wouldn't like her because all she did was listen to us talk.
当然だろう。彼女はいい子じゃないか。嫌うのは難しい。
Alright, anyway, sorry. Of course, she is a good person. It would be hard to dislike her.
けどな、いいやつなのはわかるんだけど、ちょっと不愛想だろ。セイバーはいつもああだから、別に一星を嫌ってるってわけじゃないぞ。
え？不愛想か、あの子。
In a way. In a way.
不愛想だよ。まだ笑ったこともないし、俺たちがバカ笑いしていた時だってぐすっとしたままだったじゃないか。
いや、結構笑っていたが。
Oh, maybe we're the unreliable narration, which would make sense because Shiro is kind of his own little quirky bubble in a way. So, okay, maybe we haven't opened our eyes to the truth. We're seeing things from a false narrative. That's ridiculous. Sure, I've seen the occasional warm expressions on Saber's face when I'm staring at her longingly, obviously. But even I've never seen her actually smile or laugh
そうだ
before.
な。セイバーが腹を抱えて笑っている姿なんて想像できないぞ、俺。
He is 16, so, and full of hormones right now. And in this route, it's towards Saber primarily.
いや、そういうのではなくてだな。
But Issei's saying he sees the truth.
お前が笑ってるのを見て笑っていたのだが、なんだ、気がついてなかったのか。
Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Huh? She was smiling when she saw me laugh?
あのさ、それ、俺のことをバカにしてるってことなんだろうか。
Nope.
なるほど。また珍妙な解釈をする。ま、そのあたりは己で悩め。何事も自問することより始まるのだ。カプツ。
The monk is giving you relationship advice. That's so funny. Issei's priest's son that he is, ends with an unusual catchphrase and leaves my house laughing.
なんだ、あいつ。
He's saying you have a shot. Don't fuck it up. He leaves me with his cryptic comments. Idiot. At least he could have said goodbye. Yeah, that's not how he rolls, man. The sun is setting, so today's training ends. I'm practically at my limit and I still have magecraft lessons with Tosuga tonight. I failed to land a blow on Saber like I had hoped to, but I should have at least some energy for tonight. It's also my turn to prepare for dinner tonight. Saber went to wash up after me, so she won't be back for a while. Yeah, game, not this time. Don't try to do that shit where, oh, bathhouse scene.
ただいまー。お、ちゃんと晩ご飯作ってるな、シロ。
Best girl.
えらいえらい、感心感心。
She deserves more too. Fujine bursts into the living room, practically a bundle of energy, and immediately dives into my cushion on the floor. Unlike Saber, who needs sleep over half the day, Fujine is always like this every single day. I bet it's no different when she's
ねえ
asleep.
シロこのリンゴ食べていいの？
Sure. She's holding on one of the many apples on the
構わない
table.
ぞ。ご覧の通り余ってるからな。一人一日3個がノルマだ。
3 a day? Oh, what's that idea? 3 a day, keep the doctor away? I feel like that is kind of a superstition. Like, you probably shouldn't eat 3 a day. Really, just eat one. At most, eat 1 a day. Even then, I feel like that's pushing it. Like, 1 every other day.
そうなの？じゃあアップルパイでも作ろうか。主にシロがなんだけど。
Ooh, an apple pie. True, you could do that. Fujine takes a casual bite of the apple and makes her suggestion. I had put some apples I already washed out onto the tables, but I guess she's not the sort to
ま
care.
ったく、せっかくの見舞い品を。
Misunderstanding or not, shouldn't she be a little bit more considerate about a gift my friend gave me out of concern? Did you tell her that? If not, that's not her fault. You didn't tell her. For once, I should give her a piece of my mind. Oh, yeah? Oh my god, you're gonna make me your... Seriously? Seriously, game? You're gonna make me hurt best girl's feelings? That's so mean. That's so mean. Alright. Misunderstanding or not, but for once I should give her my opinion. Fujine, where's my gift? She's actually going to force me to make a pie. I should hide out for a while. Don't worry about the apples. Fujine, eat some tangerines. Misunderstanding or not, shouldn't she be a little bit more considerate about the gift that my friend gave me out of concern? For once, I should give her a piece of my mind. Fujine, where's my gift? I don't know, man. I don't know. She actually is going to force me to make a pie. I should hide out for a while. Don't worry about the apples. Fujine, eat some tangerines. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this one. Let's see where this goes. I stop preparing dinner and take off my apron. Oh, hold on. By the time I've washed my hands and made it out into the living room, Fujine's apple is gone.
藤ね、リンゴ食ったか？
うん食べたよ。甘酸っぱくて美味しかった。
そうか。なら次は藤ねの番だ。いいから今食った分の土産を出せ。
土産ってみかん？
Like the tangerine.
どうしてそういう結論になるのかは聞かないぞ。俺はただ藤ねの用意した土産を出せと言ってるんだ。朝出かけ際に言ったセリフを忘れたわけじゃあるまいな。
Is he trying to gaslight her? Oh, man.
失礼ね。忘れてなんかないですよで。ほら、ここにちゃんと用意してあるんだから。
She does give big sister vibes, and I do like that. Fujine drops a suspicious-looking paper bag on the table, and its contents spill out. Well, that's unexpected. I actually have trouble believing Fujine managed to remember a promise she
け
made.
どそれなんだよ。俺にはその。
No matter how I look at it, it's just like a mountain of trash. Well, a mountain of stuffed toys.
シロにはね、このアステカの石棺面。シロの部屋って殺風景でしょう。これがあったら少しは温度が上がるよきっと。
Oh, is this where it all began? Is this the journey that they started out with to get her into FGO? This Aztec stone mask, by the way, JoJo's. Thank you. This Aztec stone mask is for you, Shiro. Your room's pretty sparse, so I thought it might liven things up a bit. Did she just give him the fucking stone mask to become a vampire? That'd be crazy. But Aztec stone mask. If people who played FGO, you know, Is this like their beginning hint that they were gonna do something with her like that? It's kind of crazy if that would be the case. She hands me a heartwarming but somewhat scary looking sun mask. It's about the size of a handball and stuffed with cotton.
藤ね、これ1回100円か。
そうよ、トールの苦労したんだから。2時間も粘って最後には店員さんに出してもらっちゃった。
When did you do this? You spent 2 hours? And in the end, a worker took them out for me. Right, I think they do have that rule in Japan for crane games. Basically, if you fail a lot, they'll just give it to you for free. I'm like, damn. Well, I guess not for free. You did spend a lot of money trying, and they'll just be like, all right, out of pity, here you go. Oh, hold on. There we go. She's laughing bashfully, but I'm scared to think about how much blood was shed in the process.
あとはチャイニーズドラゴンとコウモリとカニと牛とサイとヘビと突撃歩兵と。
How much money did you spend, Fujine? Oh no. But again, she's doing it out of the whimsy of her own heart, and that's why she's best girl. Fujine gleefully sorts out the pile of stuffed toys. A few spill out onto the table, and the living room quickly grows cluttered with them. It's messy, but Fujine seems to be enjoying herself, so I don't have the heart to stop her.
もらっとく。藤ねも整理し終わったら片付けろよ。
はーい、わかってまーす。
Alright, well, this was a wholesome option. I turn back to the kitchen, the stuffed toys in hand, and then... Did you change your outfit? I feel like you're a little different. I see Saber at the entrance of the living room. She must have just passed by. She looks irritated. Saber doesn't say a thing. She just glares into the living room.
セイバー、もうお風呂から上がったのか。
はい、いい湯でした。
After answering my question, Saber heads into the living room, almost like a sleepwalker. Saber walks towards the table and then stops abruptly in front of the mountain of toys.
タイガ、この人形は獅子を模しているのですか？
Ah, lion.
うん、そうみたいね。ライオンの子供だよ、それ。
Saber stares silently at the stuffed
この散
animal.
らばった人形はタイガのものなのですか？そこにある人形たちと同じで。
そうだけど、セイバーちゃん欲しい？欲しいならあげよっか。
Hey, look at that. Fujine offers is made with a lighthearted smile. Whoa, what the heck, Fujine? What the heck is Fujine thinking? Saber obviously is in a bad mood, so why is Fujine asking something so ridiculous? Again, is this all from Shiro's perspective? So what he's seeing and perceiving is that of a unsocially educated hormonal teenager with a very out there ideology about saving people. So again, this guy mentally is going to be not the best judge of character. Besides, there's no way that Saber would want something like...
どう？いらない？私が持っててもしょうがないし、セイバーちゃんにあげてもいいよ。
So this is where it begins. Fujine picks up the stuffed lion, and then, noticing Saber's distaste, Saber takes it and...
ぜひ。
She hurries forward and takes it eagerly. Again, you couldn't have been more wrong, Shiro. You couldn't have been more wrong. You read the situation wrong. Eh? My mind lights up. What the hell am I seeing? Saber takes the completely useless doll and clutches it against her chest as if it was truly precious.
感謝します。
That's...
ありがとう、
Oh
タ
my
イガ。
god, that's actually really cute. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tiger.
別にいいよ。それ虎じゃないんだもん。
Oh, true. If it was a tiger, she would have fought you. That's a bit weird thing to throw out there,
けど意外
Fujine.
かな。 こういうの好きなんだ、セイバーちゃんって。
It's still a person. See? See, we finally are digging through the cold-hearted steel of her heart. We're finally seeing that, yes, there is in fact a person down there, and maybe Shiro again is realizing his perspective is wrong.
はい。小さくて可愛らしいものには憧れていました。
Hey.
あまりそういったものを手にする機会がなかったもので。
As she speaks, Saber looks down at the stuffed lion in her arms. How could I describe her face right now? What? Okay. What was that? I just had the weirdest thought.
もしかしてセイバーちゃん、ライオンが好きなの？ライバル？
Maybe. A rival. Saber silently nods in affirmation while she continues to smile down at the stuffed animal.
好きというわけではありませんが、縁があるのです。昔、ライオンの子を預かっていたことがあって、その子が私によく懐いてくれたのが嬉しかった。
Is that the lore? Really? Again, that is definitely not in the other two. Or even like the joke stuff. But is that the lore from here and then later on in FGO? The Lion King, like literally the Lion King. I once took care of a lion cub and I remember being so happy that it bonded with me.
ですから、それ以来獅子には思い入れがあるのです。
Interesting.
本来なら、私は竜を背にするものなのですが。
True. Right. You should be.
ライオンの子供か。そういえば猫っぽいんだっけ、ライオンの子って。何？もしかして噛んだり裂いたり飛んだりする？
ええ。それぐらい元気はありましたね。預かっていたのは1ヶ月だけでしたが、できることなら最後まで共にいたかった。
Okay.
なるほどなるほど。でも難しいよね。ライオンってすっごく大きくなるじゃない？普通の家じゃ飼えないし、そりゃ手放すしかないか。
Although if you're Gilgamesh, apparently you had like oodles of lions that you were raising. Fujine nods and understands. Saber is still looking at the stuffed animal. I'm not sure what kind of spell is cast on her. So that's from her past. So we're now finally getting the thing where like masters and servants can actually share certain memories with each other. That is cute. That is definitely cute. But something I shouldn't know or be able to see flashes in my mind. It has to be just some kind of dizzy spell. But I just can't shake this image. It's one of her memories. This is something that really happened. I see an image of Saber rubbing her cheek against a cub. But I'm not sure if this is just some fleeting vision. The only thing I know is that I wouldn't regret shaking off the sight of it. The strange vision immediately disappears. My heart is still racing. The vision I glimpsed remains in my head like a scar that will never fade. I finished preparing dinner. It's past 7. Saber and Fujine are in the living room, and Tosuka, who usually is here by now, isn't.
あいつ、外でなんかあったんじゃないだろうな。
Yeah, let's hope. I don't think Tosuka is the type to get into trouble, but I also know she sometimes makes huge
ちょっと見てく
mistakes.
るか。
If it's just looking around the house, I should be fine alone. I head out to the hallway. As I'm about to leave the house, Tosuka walks in wearing her coat.
遠坂。
ただいま。何？エプロン姿でお出迎え？割と似合ってるじゃない、そういうの。
It's a good look for you. Domestic house husband over here. Tosuka jokes casually, but her face is completely expressionless, so something happened. That's scary. The people who can joke like that with such a straight face are the most terrifying sort of people.
遠坂お前
The moment I tried to ask her what happened, I spotted blood on her hand. It's a small blood stain. Her index finger is swollen. Does that
遠
mean
坂とてつもなく悪い予感を口にするんだが
何よ、つまんないことなら聞かないわよ。
いやお前さもしかして誰か殴ってきたんじゃないのか
what? Did she punch Shinji or something?
ご名答。何かとやかましいシンジにナックルパートを見舞いしてきたわ。
Oh my god. Why? Shinji, he just never learns. He never learns, does he? I gave that annoying Shinji a piece of my mind at the end of my fist. Tosuka huffs and passes right by me. Okay, so she gave him a knuckle sandwich. Yeah, that's gonna set him off. That's gonna set him off. Then the blood-stained and swollen finger would make sense. Hey, wait!
待て待て待て待てシンジを殴ったってどういうことだ遠坂
Yeah, right. It sinks in now.
うるさいわね。気に食わなかったからギッタンギッタンにしてやっただけよ。
ギッタンギッタンって
You don't really need much of an
ナックル
excuse
パー
to
トっ
really
て
hit Shinji.
ベアか
ベアも
Well,
ベ
now
ア
I'm。curious.
グリズリー級にベアよ。
Bear-like. Oh, wow. Tosuka snorts again. A brief silence. I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. An awkward silence stretches between us.
話を戻そうシンジを殴ったって言うけどどうしてそんなことになったんだよ
Prepare for an answer or no answer.
殴って当然じゃない。私に自分匿名だの、シローは使えないやつだから見限れだの言うからよ。人を呼びつけておいてつまんないこと言うから、殴りつけて黙らせたの。
Isn't that short-sighted even for you, Tosuka? I mean, maybe, but at the same time, it's Shinji. He's gonna do something at some point. It was only a matter of time. But we definitely now have triggered him to do something. Or maybe Shinji said something so stupid that he actually pissed off Tosuka, even though she usually is so level-headed.
何よその目。言っとくけど、被害者は私の方よ。
True.
いやそれは両成敗だろ
If we have to.
にしてもなんでシンジが遠坂にそんな話をするんだあいつ俺に協力しないかって持ち出してき
Mind
たんだぞ
games, Shiro. Mind games. Playing the odds. He's gotta get the odds in his favor.
さあ、あいつ、シローにライバル意識でもあるんじゃない？私とシローが一緒に住んでるって教えてからかなりおかしくなってたし。
He's been acting weird ever since I told him we were living together. Oh my god, why would you do that? Whether it's right or wrong and just straight up creepy, he has a thing for you. So of course he's gonna be like, what? You're living with that loser? Instead of me? Shinji?
住んでること教えたって遠
Right.
坂
Did you just say living together?
ええ、話したわよ。昨日の朝だったかな。シンジのやつ、私を呼びつけて、僕もマスターになったから遠坂と同じさ、なんて偉そうに言ってくるんだもの。なんか頭にきてね。
But he already
そ
knew
れじゃ
that.
あ
And
シ
you
ロ
should
も
already
同
know
じよ
that.
って言ってやったの。それで身の程を知ったかなって思ったのに、ついさっきうちの前で待ち伏せしてたってわけ。
Wait, he was outside? He was outside this house? Okay, that's a little more concerning.
で、悪いけどもうエミヤくんの家で暮らしているから、あんたみたいな半端なマスターと協力する気はないって言ったんだけど。何？もしかしてまずかった？
I feel like there's more to the story. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Shinji was already smitten with Tosuka, so what she told him just added fuel to the fire. Well, but still, now it all makes sense. I figured out why Shinji's been so hostile towards Tosaka and why he's been so persistent about asking her to team up. Meaning he...
けど不思議よね。シンジのやつ、なんだって私にこだわるのかしら。あいつの性格から言って、誰かと協力するなんて考えは浮かばないと思
That's
うんだ
like
けど。
we're just dancing around the subject, even though we should all know the subject. We all know he wants to mold his being with yours. He wants to make the beast with two backs. Actually, it's because Rin is special to Shinji. Sure.
不
Let's
思議
go.
でもなんでもない。シンジにとって遠坂は特別なんだと思う。あいつもともと魔術師の家系だったんだろ。なら同じ魔術師の家系でまだちゃんと血を残している遠坂に憧れていたんじゃないかな。
That's why he's so persistent with Tosaka. I think Rin's been a target for Shinji's affection since long before the Holy Grail War.
ちょっとそりゃ好意を持たれるのは嬉しいけど。
It must have been a real surprise. Tosaka looks completely bewildered.
ああ、思い出した。そういえば1年の頃、シンジに告白されてたわ、私。
Sure. For a moment, her expression as she realizes what she'd obviously forgotten is almost comical. I feel like we're playing this up. We're hamming this. Like, there's no way she could have not known that he had a thing for her. Especially if you go into, like, the actual animation stuff. It's like, yeah, come on now. Oh, sure. Somehow she just didn't know. I'm sympathetic with Shinji just now. In a weird way, I guess so.
ああ、道理で懲りずに話しかけてくるはずだ。納得したわ。
まあいいけど、それ返事はどうしたんだよ。
With her fist, clearly.
ああ、断ったんじゃない？
Of course, of course.
私、勝負事は先出しじゃないと気が済まないの。やるなら自分からっていうか、相手から勝負を仕掛けられても乗れないっていうか。
Tosaka thinks really hard, but she's acting as if she really doesn't remember. I'm astonished. She might be entirely driven by
遠坂、
emotions.
お前じゃんけん弱いだろ。
Nah.
嘘？なんであんたがそんなこと知ってるのよ。
It's wild guess. Yep, I knew it. If she likes to make the first move, she'll probably not greet when she has to react to someone else. Right?
それには醤油を使ってくれ、セイバー。間違ってもマヨネーズなんてかけてくれるな。
Why not, man?
そうでしたか。いえ、タイガがそちらをかけているので、私もそうするべきなの
Let
かと。
Taiga cook. Let her cook.
藤姉は単に遊んでるだけだ。あんまり参考にならないから以後気をつけるように。
そうでしたか。以前はさくらを参考にしていたので、シローに注意されることはなかったのですが。
Oh, would you look at that?
別に怒ってるわけじゃない。せっかく作ったんだから美味しく食べてほしいだけだ。
Yeah, but you want her to enjoy it in the way that you think she should enjoy it. Like, at the end of the day, you make the meal, they eat it how they want to, man. So back to our conversation.
シロー、おかわり。お味噌汁は具沢山ね。
はいよ。セイバーは今日は昨日よりハードだったからお腹減ってるんじゃないか。
Yo, she will take that as something out of context for sure.
私は特に。ですが念のため、もう一杯いただいておきます。
ああ、そうしろそうしろ。夜中に腹が減って眠れず、挙句に冷蔵庫を漁るなんて暴挙に出る。なんて真似をセイバーまでしだしたら、ショック死しかねない。
Rin is still silent.
ひどい。あれは私じゃないよ。見知らぬ泥棒さんが冷蔵庫を荒らしていっただけだい。
Right. Of course.
じゃあその泥棒に言っとけ。肉ばっかり食うんじゃなくて野菜も取れってな。それと狙いすましたように冷蔵庫のデザートを平らげるなと。まったく飢えた獣じゃあるまいし。
Mm.
なに私を虎と呼ぶな。
I mean, he didn't say tiger specifically, but don't call her a tiger. Even though I feel like that would be an admiration almost. Oh, hold on. Game.
呼んでねえって。
You unleashed the beast, you fool.
熱した大根を投げるなと言うんだこのバカ者。
Again, Rin is silent. What's going on, Rin? Speak.
シロ、台所の方で鍋が沸騰しているようですが。
藤根ちょっとたま火を止めてくれ。
よろしい。鶏肉とゆで卵の醤油煮を早く持ってくるのだ。
了解。じゃあ藤根の相手よろしくなセイバ
はい。どうぞ慌てずに調理をしてください、シロ。
What is going on, Rin? What do you want to say? I get up. On that reminds me, why has Tosca been so quiet this entire time? Thank you.
ー。父さんか今日の飯まずいか。
別に何でもないから話しかけないで。
Okay. She's definitely thinking about something if she's gonna act like that. She turns her head away grimmingly. She's not the type to dwell on things like Shinji for so long, so there must be something else bothering her. Fuchine goes home satisfied after dinner. Saber and Tosca are in the living room. At first, it had been awkward, but after training with Saber for the last 2 days, it doesn't feel that way
Saber.
anymore.
もう眠っていていいぞ。あとはこっちでやっと。
いいえ、シロが眠るまでは私も起きています。シロの魔術がどれほどの腕なのか、リンから聞きたいところでもありますから。
Sure.
そうか。なら今日は早めに遠坂の部屋に行こう。構わないよな遠坂。
ええ、構わないけど。ずいぶんとセイバーと仲良くなったのね、あなた。
Is that why she's been quiet? Like, Issei, like, can they just know this? Saber has more personality. But again, from our POV, Saber is Saber. Like, she's just Saber. Every once in a while, there will be something that Shiro will pick up. But, like, are we, from his point of view, missing something? Are we missing something? Huh? For some reason, Tosca says that with the same miffed tone she had when we were eating
部屋で
dinner.
待ってるから後片付けが終わったら来て。
Mm-hmm.
それと明日からは私も学校を休むから、午後は私のところに来なさいよね。
Hey, she is jealous. Yo, it's not your route, Rin, okay? It's not your route. It's Saber's route this time around, okay? I'll take the day off school tomorrow. Come to my room in the afternoon. Yo, she's like, yo, where's my attention?
シロ、リンに何かしたのですか？
I have no
彼女
idea.
は怒っているように見えましたが。
I would
セ
have
イバーに
no
もそう見
idea.
えたか。わからないな。俺あいつを怒らせるようなことはしてないけど。
Clearly. Saber and I face each other and tilt our heads. We have no idea why Tosca's so angry.
それじゃ
To the
あ
magic
出始めに
session.
このランプを強化してみて。周りのガラスの強度だけ上げればいいから。
Tosca hands me an old-looking lamp. I sit on the floor. I cut the lamp with my hand. I'm sorry, I cup the lamp with my hand and take in a deep breath. Tosca says it's like too easy, but I'm all tensed from nervousness. I've been trying this every night, but with a success rate below 0.1%. Tosca says she wants to see what I can do to measure my skill, but there's nothing to measure if strengthening doesn't work in the first place. Performance anxiety over here. I try to shake off my distractions. Right now, I need to focus on the lamp. Circuitry. The blueprint of the lamp pops into my head. The materialized of the glass, in composition, the flow of its power. I can see it. I can see it as if it were a network of blood vessels. Then all I have to do is to infuse my magical energy into that vessel. I have to do it what I always do. The sensation of a burning metal rod sliding down my spine. All I have to do is let the burning nerve into myself, however much it shouldn't exist in a human body, and let it infuse with me. As long as that works, all I have to do is pour the right amount of energy, magical energy, into the glass. It broke. It shatters. I couldn't control myself. I ended up using more magical energy than I should have, and the glass shattered. I looked timidly at Tosca.
やっぱりそうじゃないかって思ってたんだけど、本当にそうだったか。
そうじゃないかって何がだよ、父さん。
You're trash.
そんなの決まってるでしょ。あんたの才能のなさに呆れたのよ。そもそも基本がなってない。まったく。よくもそんなデタラメな方法で魔力を生成できるもんだって感心するわ
So
よ。
absurd. His technique, his form, everything. Just wrong. Wrong.
父さんがそのもしかして怒ってる
More just kind of irritated that you've come this far, and yet really you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have.
当たり前じゃない。こんな基本的な問題を抱えたまま鍛錬してきたあんたにも呆れてるし、間違いを正さなかったあんたの死には殺意さえ覚えるわ。
To be fair, he wasn't trying to train him, per se.
なんだってあんたはこんな遠回りなことになってるのよ。
Roundabout.
言ってることはわからないが、親父の悪口はよせ。俺に才能がないのは俺の責任なんだから、親父は関係ないだろう。
関係あるわよ。仮にも弟子にしたんなら教え子の道を正すのが師匠じゃない。そりゃもういない人に当たっても仕方がないけど、それにしたってあんたの師匠は初めの手順を間違えているわ。
He got the first steps wrong. He did say he was a terrible teacher and that he didn't want to teach him, so goes to show you, he lived by what he said. Tosca clearly is still very angry. Takes something that looks like a can out of her bag. Okay. Let me adjust myself. It looks like a can filled with a colorful, hard candy. The sort of thing children overseas might like. Okay. What are we doing here with this training? I've seen similar containers in Japan too. They hold a variety of different flavored candies. The white ones are mint.
シロ、手出して。
Okay. I do as she asked. Tosca shakes out the can and a red candy drops into my hand.
はい、それ飲んで。
Okay. It's gonna help with his visualization, probably. I do as she asked.
甘くない。
It's not sweet. Actually, it has no flavor at all. The texture is more like rock than candy. I force myself to swallow it.
食道がヒリヒリするけど、今のは何なんだよ、父さんが。
What, did she drug him?
何って宝石に決まってるじゃない。見てわからなかった？
Wait a minute. It wasn't just tasting like a rock. It was a rock? You made him eat a jewel? Is that okay? She says it so casually. Yeah, this is not like rock candy. She just gave him a goddamn mineral. But it's totally outrageous.
宝石ってなんで？
仕方ないでしょ。薬も用意してきたんだけど、シロを強制するにはそんなものじゃ効かないの。 だから一番強いのでスイッチを開くしかないなって。
Okay.
いや、そういうことじゃなくてだな。なんだって宝石なんか飲ますんだよ、お前は。そんなん消化できるか？
Or can you? Is this going to be a way for you to visualize and then also enhance properly because you need to? You just ate a jewel. He's right. Normally, you can't process that as a human being. But with his enhanced strengthening magic, I assume that's what she's going to try and teach him.
あのね、不安がるならもっと別のことを不安がりなさい。ただの宝石じゃないんだから。
Okay.
今のはまだ分かってないあなたに無理やり分からせるための強制装置。そろそろ解き始める頃だから気合い入れてないと気絶するわよ。
It's going to start melting soon, so brace yourself or you'll faint. Okay, whoa. So we're taking hardcore training to an 11. So what is the plan? What does he need to do? Does he need to harden his organs or something? Does he need to enhance his stomach acid? Like what's the plan here?
気絶するわよって、何爽やかに物騒な。
Again, didn't focus. Just as I say that, it starts to get weird. My body, it's burning. My limbs start to go numb. My heat builds up in the back in a flare of what I can only describe as pain. I frown my brow and try to concentrate, or I know I'll fall over. She was not lying.
お前、これ。
She Bill Cosby'd you, man. She Bill Cosby'd. I know this feeling. This is the feeling of failure. This is my body reacting to when it fails to concentrate a magic circuit inside me.
大丈夫。苦しいでしょうけど、今の状態を維持していれば少しずつ楽になるわ。もっとも体の熱さだけは 2,3 週間続くだろうけど。
The heat could last for 2 to 3 weeks. Holy shit. Okay. I really want to respond, but I can't stay composed enough. All I can do is muster the strength to stay balanced, and so I don't topple over.
いい？魔術師と人間の違いっていうのはスイッチがあるかないかなの。このスイッチっていうのは魔術回路のオンオフだってのはわかるでしょ？
Right. Like some mental mind version of a switch.
ほら、そこにお湯を沸かせる電気ポットがあるじゃない？魔術師っていうのはそれなの。で、普通の人はお湯は沸かせないけど、お湯を保温できるポットってわけ。
They can at least stay.
似たようで違うものなのよ、私たちは。お湯を沸かすスイッチのあるなしは、もう個人ではどうしようもない問題でしょ？生まれつき、いえ、作られる時に電気ポットか保温瓶か分けられるんだもの。スイッチがない人には一生魔術なんて体験できない。いい？あなたは素人だけど魔術回路は確かにある。
But he does have magic circuits, despite everything, and he can form a switch. He just hasn't thought of the
つ
idea
ま
of
り
making it.
適性はあるのよ。だから一度でも魔術回路を体内に作ってしまえば、あとは切り替えるだけでいい。スイッチを押して自分の中でオンとオフを切り替えるだけで魔力はなるわ。
I calm my breathing. Just as Tosco said, so long as I maintain my composure, things shouldn't go wrong.
魔術回路を作るのは一度だけでいいのよ。だっていうのに、あなたは毎回一から魔術回路を作って自分の中に組み込もうとしている。
From scratch. So instead of keeping it and just turning it off, he's using it and then it's gone and then doing it over and over again. Creating a magic circuit from scratch and incorporating it into yourself every time you use it.
それは無駄なの。一度でも体内に確立したものなら、あとは切り替えるだけでいいんだから。
It's almost like a save file. Once you click save, it's going to be there for you. You don't have to do it every single time, like, make a new file. Like, no. Just hit save, and it will be there. But he's not doing that.
本来ね、魔術回路を成し得た者は次にいつでも切り替えられる鍛錬を受けるのよ。
Okay.
けどあなたの死はそれをしなかった。だから毎回死の危険性を追って魔術回路を作るなんて真似をしてる。いえ、もしかしたらあなたの父親も同じ勘違いをしていたのかもしれな
Yeah,
いけど。
this could be like a generational mistraining thing right now. I exhale. Sensation is starting to return to my limbs.
ずっと間違って鍛錬してきたあなたのスイッチは閉じている。こうなっちゃうと力技でこじ開けてシロの体にスイッチがあるって分からせなくちゃいけないでしょ。いい？今の宝石はね、そのスイッチを強制的にオンにするものよ。だからシロはずっとそのまま。元の状態に戻りたかったらシロ自身の力でオフにするしかない。
Got it. Okay.
それができたのなら、あとは宝石の助けなんていらないわ。以後は比較的簡単な精神の作用で、あなたは魔術回路を操れるようになる。
Sure.
それは分かったけど。
Can we do something about this burning sensation? She keeps telling me to turn off the switch, but how the hell am I supposed to do that?
もう喋れるの？はあ、自身のコントロールはうまいんだ。なら思ったより早く元に戻れるかもね。スイッチそのものは今の状態を落ち着けよう、早く楽になろうって体の方で勝手にオフにしてくれるから。あとはそのスピードを自分の意思で速くするだけ。ね、簡単でしょ？
Okay.
いや、だから全然わからない。スイッチだなんて言われても実感湧かないぞ、俺。
今はそうだけど、そのうち明確にイメージできるようになるわ。頭の中にポンってボタンが浮かぶようになるから。あとはそれを切り替えるだけで、とりあえず魔術回路は簡単に開けるようになるわよ。
だといいけどな。今はともかく気持ち悪い。
でしょうね。シロ、今まで強化の魔術を使ったらすぐに魔術回路を閉じてたでしょ。
Mm-hmm. Okay.
今はその逆でずっと魔術回路が開いている状態だもの。いつでも全力疾走しているようなものだから苦しいのは当たり前よ。
Sure.
けど魔術師ならそれぐらいは必須条件なんだから。マスターとして戦うって言うんならスイッチのオンオフはきっとシロの助けになる。
Yeah, I mean, incorporating his energy a lot more efficiently.
分かってる。不意打ちだったけど遠坂には感謝してる。確かにスイッチなんてものが実感できるようになるならそれは
分かってるじゃない。けど感謝される言われなんてないわよ。私は協力者であるあんたが弱いままだと困るから手助けしているだけなんだから。
Right, of course. Only that and that alone. Hydrate. Tosca huffs and looks away. Maybe it's because my body's all warm, but dazed as I am, I find myself thinking that Tosca might just be a good person. You've said that before.
人の顔ジロジロ見て。
いや、遠坂は素直じゃないなって思っただけだ。
そう、そんな軽口を叩けるなんて余裕あるじゃないエミヤ君。そんなに元気なら続けて教えても大丈夫よね。
Tosca grins wickedly and draws closer. Hold on a minute. Still can't move a muscle, so was she... Hey.
それじゃあもう一度強化をしてみて。
Oh, under this condition, try doing strength magic. What, is she gonna shoot like one of her magic jewel bullets?
今のあなたじゃ魔力のコントロールもできないだろうけど、その状態に慣れてもらわないと戦力にならないわ。大丈夫。ランプは山ほど持ってきたし、何十回失敗するかわからないけど、強化が成功するまで休ませてなんてあげないから。
I'm not gonna let you rest until you succeed in strength magic. Oh, fuck me, that's gonna be terrible. She smiles even though I can hardly move. She hands me a lamp. Here we go. Tosaka, this is brutal. It's like forcing someone to walk a tightrope while they have a 40-degree fever. Oh, man. Ugh.
参ったわ。まさかこっちが先に値を上げることになるなんてね。
Damn, we made her give up before we did. Tosaka glares at me. Her penetrating stare is
いや
accusing.
面目ない。
Sorry.
私の見通しが甘かった。まさか30個全部壊されるなんて思いもしなかったから。
He destroyed 30 lamps.
悪いけど、今日の鍛錬はこれでおしまいよ。シローの強化を測れる道具がないから。
Well, there's always tomorrow. Come on. At least I tried. I tried hard, even though my body was burning up like I'd been thrown into a boiling kettle. I tried, but in the end, I didn't manage to succeed in Magecraft a single
あ
time.
のさ、ガラスが割れただけなら遠坂直せるだろ。以前うちの窓ガラスを直してくれたじゃないか。
無理。あれは普通に破損したものでしょ。こっちはシローの魔力に耐えきれなくなって割れたものだもの。他人の魔力を帯びたものに干渉するのは難しいって覚えておいて。
It's like residue.
そうですか。
Yeah?
そうよ。いいからシローは休んでいいわ。今日はスイッチを呼び起こしただけでよしとしましょう。コントロールできるようになったらこの続きを教えるから。
休んでいいのはありがたいけど、この続きって何を教えてくれるんだ？
Lots of things.
シロー強化しかできないんでしょ。前にそれしか使えないって言ってたけど、それならもう少し上級の変化ぐらいまで持っていけるかもしれない。
Alteration magic. Oh, now we're talking.
強
What's
化と
that?
変化、それに投影の魔術について教わったことはない？
Strengthening, alteration, and projection magic. Magecraft are. That's gonna be a no. I have a little. Strengthening is, as the word suggests, used to strengthen something. Most people typically think that strengthening is just making something harder, but it actually involves enhancing an object's attributes and effects. A sword gets sharper, a lamp glows brighter, and so on. Alteration doesn't need much of an explanation. For example, you started a fire using the blade. Alteration is when some ability beyond the object's usual traits is imbued. And then projection.
投影ってなんだっけ、遠坂。よく親父が言ってた覚えはあるんだけど。
強化と変化は知ってるんでしょ。なら投影もおのずと想像はつくと思うけど。
It's like a combination of the two. You're strengthening its attributes and then also adding another hidden feature or a new feature that it didn't originally have, combining the two and then shooting it, maybe?
まあ要するに物を複製するって魔術よ。
It can replicate things. Just straight up copy?
強化や変化みたいに元からあるものに手を加える魔術じゃないわ。基本的には無から1から10を全て自分の魔力で構成するものだから、難易度的には最高ね。
So in a way, it's kind of like alchemy. But instead of using something as equivalent exchange, you're using inherent magic energy to spawn something, or to alter the surrounding area, or fix a window. That's what she did. Oh, hold on.
あ、けど魔力ってのは使い捨てでしょ。
But you know that magical energy is disposable, right?
投影で作り上げたものはすぐに消えてしまうのよ。
Oh, will it? It has a temporary effect.
10の魔力を使って作り上げた投影の剣と1の魔力で強化させた剣とでは、強化の剣の方が強くなる。
The strengthened sword will still be stronger. So if you project basically if you make an aura sword versus enhancing an actual sword, the aura sword is not as good on paper as a real sword that you strengthen is the basic gist. Okay.
強化は手を加えるだけ効率がいいってわけ。
Strengthening augments something so it's
そ
efficient.
の点、投影は魔力を使いすぎるからメジャーに使われる魔術じゃないわ。
Projection uses way too much magical energy, so it's not really all that often. But there has to be a benefit to using it.
あ、思い出した。そういえば親父もそんなこと言ってたな。割が合わないからやめろ
It
み
wasn't
たいな。
something worth going for. Okay.
そういうこと。さあ、質問が済んだのなら終わりにしましょう。足元もおぼつかないようだし、部屋の前までぐらいは送っていってあげるから。
What if you combined all three? If you had the skill and the fortitude and the knowledge. Tosuka helps me to my room, and Saber is waiting for me by the veranda corridor.
お疲れ様でした。二人とも。
I don't even have the strength to answer. I just nod in thanks and head into my room. I feel that.
シローはどうですか？リン。
ダメ。すっごくダメ。あいつ才能ないわ。
But he's got grit. He's got grit. It's typically a merciless Tosuka response. And then the next thing I know, I'm staring up at the night sky. Tonight, I'm not trying to run away because I'm anxious around Saber. I'm just trying to let the night wind cool my burning body and to think about what Tosuka taught me. Am I gonna run into Archer again?
スイッチとやらが本当に使いこなせるようになったら、あとは手順の問題だ。一番簡単な強化をあんなに失敗するようじゃ、先が思いやられるな。
I tried to infuse magical energy into a wooden plank I dragged out from the shed as I mumbled to myself. Cracking sound echoes up to me. The plank cracks and my strengthening
あの
fails.
構造まで見えてるのに、どうしてこう魔力の制御ができないんだろう。
Because you don't have a proper switch yet. Your switch probably also helps you control the output of energy as well. Tosuka said I was putting too much magic power into it. Yep, there we go. She even said that I should use small amount of magical energy and just focus on reinforcing the object's weak points. So she basically is telling me to take it
そ
easy.
んなこと言われなくても分かってるけどな。
She wouldn't have to remind you if you didn't have to keep failing. Problem is, I can't manage to ease up. He's like a dam. Once the dam bursts open, it's open. If only there was a good way to relax. The sound of barely audible footsteps. Oh, we are going to do another Archer thing. All right, so then if that's going to be the case, I'll play Archer's whole thing, and that should be the end of this segment, and then we can call it a night. The sound of barely audible footsteps reached my ears. This is the second time I've sensed that
なん
presence.
だよ。お前に用なんてないぞ、俺は。
You say that, but maybe we can teach you some things.
それは
Yep,
私
there he
も同じだ。
is.
だが、リンが気に病んでいるようなのでな。見るに見かねたというやつだ。
He's getting 3 lessons. He's getting Saber lessons. He's getting Tosuka lessons. And in a roundabout way, he himself is giving him lessons. I throw the plank away, glaring at Archer. Archer seems curious about the plank. He picks it up.
強化の魔術か。にしても、ひどい出来だ。
どうせ半人前だよ。お前のマスターの手を煩わせて悪かったなってんだ。
いや、そうではない。これに関しては、リンも間違えている。
Ah, see, even Rin's wrong about something. Again.
それはどういう。
Alright, so let's hear his perspective.
元からあるものに手を加える。それは高望みしすぎだ。そんなことができるほど、お前。
He's just saying whatever he wants, but I can't think of a response. He's kind of right. I know I'm not skilled, and it's my own fault I can't do magecraft properly. There's no point in taking it out on him.
どうした？昨夜ほどの元気はないか？
Exhausted is the
うるさい。
answer.
お前の言う通りだから黙っただけだ。
And also this.
俺が未熟なのが一方的に悪いんだからな。
I huffed and looked away. I don't know how he interpreted that, but
お前はある意味死に恵まれていないのかもしれないな。
Archer almost sounds impressed for a moment.
そんなことないぞ。親父も父坂も教え方はうまいんだから。
Sometimes you can't just keep blaming yourself, man. There are other people that have to be accounted for.
だからだ。お前相手にはな、何も分かっていない魔術師の方がうまく作用する。
What, yourself? Is that what you're gonna say?
天才には凡人の悩みは分からない。
Genuineness will never understand the struggles of an ordinary, or a genius will never understand the struggles of an ordinary
リンは
person.
優等生すぎるから、落ちこぼれであるお前の間違いに気がつかないのだ。
I don't really get what Archer's trying to say. I don't get it, but if I had
よ
to
くわ
guess,
かんないけど、つまりお前、俺に喧嘩売ってるのか。
if so, bring it on.
それも間違いだ。
Another
エミヤシ
mistake.
ロは格闘には向かない。お前の戦いは精神の戦い。己との戦いであるべきだからだ。
魔術師の戦いは精神戦だって言うんだろう。そんなの分かってる。それでも戦うなら殴り合うしかないじゃないか。
That would make it simpler, wouldn't it?
まったく。これではセイバーも苦労しよう。
Archer despises me from the bottom of his heart. Just throwing that in there. I've never seen his eyes look like that. They seem filled with real disappointment and anger.
一度しか言わんからよく聞け。いいか。戦いになれば、エミやシローに勝ち目などない。
He really is trying to give us hints.
お前のスキルでは、何をやってもサーバントには通じない。
Saber already told me that. I won't win in battle. No matter what grand scheme I try, I have no chance of victory.
ならば、せめてイメージしろ。現実で叶わない相手なら、想像の中で勝て。自身が勝てないのなら、勝てるものを幻想しろ。所詮、お前にできることなど、それぐら
Be
いしかないのだ
delusional.
から。
It's the key. I don't know why, but Archer's words strike a chord with me. My heart's telling me not to forget them. More than anyone else, I know I should never forget what this man said.
どうかしているな。殺すべき相手に助言をするなど。どうやら私にも、凛の甘さが映ったようだ。
All of a sudden, Archer disappears. Archer's supposed to be keeping a watch. He must have had gone back to the roof where he can do the best.
なんだあいつ。
I complain to the empty air. Naturally, there's no response. While Archer's words echo into my mind, the cold air blows over my flushed body. Okay, we're going to save. And we're going to call it there for the night. Yeah, let's just... I don't think I have to worry about that. All right. We will come back to this another day. I guess I gotta let this play through first. Fate 9 Neo. I don't know what that means, but okay. Oh my god. We'll come back to whatever that dream is next time. So I just want to check out the flowchart real quick. Let's see. Doesn't seem like I got anything from there. Okay. Interesting. All right. Nothing positive or negative about that. It is what it is. All right. So, with that all being said, we're going to end the stream today. Good times all around. We made some more progress. We're getting to understand Shiro's journey a little bit more through this route. His relationship with Archer is still there. More than Heaven's Field for sure, but not as close as Unlimited Blade Work. So, I'm curious on where this route's going to go. Where is it going to go? Hydrate. But yeah, that will be next week. Next Tuesday, we'll get into more Fate again. Tomorrow, as said earlier in the stream, if you weren't here, we're going to be doing more Yakuza tomorrow. Or I guess technically the day. And then Wednesday, Danadon. We're getting into more reactions. We're going to watch some Danadon episodes. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thursday, JoJo's Part 7 read-through. We're coming back from our break. And also back from break is One Piece. So we'll get into that. One Piece is going to be on break next week. So we'll probably do maybe some Bug Ego, Burn the Witch content. All that stuff. And then, let's see. Well, it depends on when One Piece comes out. It's either going to be Thursday as well, or it's going to be Friday. Saturday, there's going to be no stream. Sunday, we're going to do Ichi the Witch, because that's going to be back from break. And then more JJK. So we got a lot on our schedule this week. And we got some more stuff cooking in the future. Again, I'm slowly trying to work more video content. Potentially, it might be coming soon. But I give no promises. But outside of that, we're working with a lot more reactions, a lot more read-throughs, a lot more game varieties. It's all slowly coming to a head, and I am just grateful for all your guys' patience. It is slowly coming out, and I appreciate any support you guys are giving me. Now, that being said, remember, if you are live in the chat, VOD gang, because I do see you, I see your comments. Thank you. Truly. You know what to do. Like or dislike. Comment, even if it's not a good comment, because YouTube algorithm says yum. Bell notification so that you know when we go live. You can join the good times all around. And then finally, subscribe to the channel, because we got a lot of cool things cooking right now and more stuff in the future. And if you just like any of the content that we're doing, or just like hearing the lovely chats through our little discussions here and there, please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more that I would like to do in the future, and your support means all the world to me. It really does. Again, I'm terrible with words. I wish I could articulate it better, but for everyone so far that's like giving me any support, thank you very much. It has not gone unrecognized or unappreciated. It really has. I continue to try to do the best work that I can to make sure I live up to all the things that you guys have given me so far. Thank you very much. Thank you. But okay, we'll be back tomorrow with Yakuza. So, until then, stay safe. Have a nice one. Make sure you're drinking water or something that's going to be beneficial to your body. Eat well. Touch some grass if you can. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. Later. Train well, and if you get to talk to yourself like Emiya is, have a good conversation. All right, I gotta go. See you later, guys.